In Romans 12, we read, "So here's what I want you to do, God helping you. Take your everyday life, your ordinary life, your sleeping, eating, going to work and walking around life, and place it before God as an offering." 5 years ago, I went to a restaurant in Glasgow. I'd been invited to have dinner with Ruth Walker and Mark Green and 8 other people in their 20s and 30s. I just was at that point. And it was a strange night because we were getting together to talk about the workplace, but it turned into a bit of a grumble about church, which I'm sure you can imagine things do sometimes. But out of that came a programme which over the next 18 months we worked together and met together. We were given assignments between times, and we would meet to talk about what God was doing in our work, where he was working through us, where we thought he wanted to work through us, but we were too scared to explore, and what was really going on for each of us. And we prayed for one another, and we encouraged one another, and we also shared some work together. So some of us wrote pieces of work about evangelism in the workplace. Others spoke about their experience of just what it felt like to be the only Christian in a workplace, etc. So over that time, we developed, through that pilot, a program that became Transforming Work. This is a partnership between Mission Scotland with the support of the London Institute for Contemporary Christianity. And over these past years, well into about 150 people have gone through or are going through that program just now. It is still around food, and it's about meeting for 8 sessions over a period of 12 to 18 months to talk about, to pray about, to think about, to read about, to work through what it means to bring your whole life, your sleeping, eating, going to work and walking around life, and placing it before God as an offering. And through that work, some of you will have seen this book. We were talking about fruitfulness just there. Fruitfulness on the Front Line by Mark Green, Making a Difference Where You Are. And this book has used quite a lot of the experience of that pilot as a basis for the book. So Transforming Work, I've told you a bit about the shape of it. It's for those in their 20s to 30s. Each group has 1 or 2 mentors or accompanists, and these are people who help you along the way. As I say, it's something that people are interested in, that they want to be part of, and we've seen groups develop in all sorts of places. So there are groups where all the people are in one profession, for example, teachers. There are groups that operate in churches. There are groups which operate from a particular geographical area. And I'm here just to tell you about that, but to tell you that if that's something that interests you, I'd love to talk to you afterwards about whether or not one of those could be you. It's an opportunity to experiment and develop a new approach to all of life discipleship. One of the ideas that we talk about is the idea of having a trifocal vision for the kingdom. So we're trying to help participants to see how God might already be using them in their work. Secondly, we want to see the scope of how God might use participants in their workplace, and that's part of the role of the mentors. And it's also to help participants to see what God is doing in their work context, that they might cooperate with him. 5 years on, the programme has developed and continues to develop, and we're hoping to set up a few new groups. There's a group here in Edinburgh, there's groups in Inverness, groups in Glasgow, and a few other groups that are due to start soon. We're also doing some work through Mission Scotland, which we've been given some grant funding to do, to develop this work in a different direction to support church leaders And if that's something that you would be interested in, it would be good to talk to you about that afterwards too. I think that's really all I want to say about it just now. I think it's life-changing in a sense that it's very easy for people to have a sacred-secular divide in their life. I think we all struggle with that in different aspects of our lives, but many discover it when they start work. This is a great program, a program that is rigorous without being so difficult that people don't want to be part of it. And for many, it has been life-changing, and I think that's evidenced in the fact that those who go through regularly become mentors for a new group, and they recruit a new group. So if you're interested and you'd like to know more, please speak to me afterwards. Thanks.